Hello there, welcome back to the channel. We have a 1v1 for the New Year New Rooks. This should be the last in the sort of group stages. We've just seen sort of all of Troblau's games in a row, and here he is against Lord Malgus. They're going to be playing New Republic here, so Troblau in the blue. And we've got Lord Malgus here in the grey. As I said, New Republic, first map's all sort of flats. A couple of nerfs here. Get a nursery up for them. There are some lures, so it's not the incorrect decision. You might not know that yet, though. I think in general, you should always probably try and eat one of your banthas first and then see what's up. The real reason to house 2s if you wanted to do some sort of mounty aggression. But looking around the map, we got 3 Rontos, we got some berries. That's probably about it. It's pretty simple. Just lure your Rontos, then eat your berries, then get stuck into your farms and stuff. So it shouldn't be too difficult of a T1 to navigate for people. I think in general I probably just want to eat the banthas too. Just munch on those. Then get cracking onto the Rontos, berries, and then the farms. Malgus luring his Ronto here. And we'll speed it up because T1 is so repetitive and boring after doing so many games. You run out of things to say, what to talk about. And as usual, flats, easier to wall off usually. Just a few houses here and there can really make troops have to go a long way around to get to your base. Looking at this one's a lot of carbon around the base here for Malgus, but Troblau's on the other hand, a very open area at the back of the base here. And he's going to have to sort of lean into these carbon clusters. Whereas Malgus is his pick of what cluster he wants to go to. It should make for quite a defensible base, but it might feel a bit crowded in sort of T3. Rontos do get consumed. Oh dear. Ambitious. He has basic training too. Must have just forgotten about it. He did do a lot of damage to the Rontos. He must have just completely forgotten he was luring it at the time. So that's going to feel a little bit bad. Does sort of create an element of a lead here for Lord Malgus, who's 2 workers ahead at the moment. Some weird walling up here. Like sort of closing that away from his opponent. Carbon processor starting for both players. Troblau seems to have a lot less points. Might just be that worker difference at work. A lot more food though, but still 2 workers behind. Be an element of scouting too. A little bit of walling here. I tend to see as newer players, when they place their buildings, they place them very compact and tight, and they don't kind of think about a little bit about the bigger picture here. Like it might have been quite nice to move these prefabs to here. Keep this sort of space open so you could have like a second carbon processor here, and then you start creating these more ambitious walls that just section off more and more, you know, sort of like arable land for your workers to place farms and secure your ore and nova and stuff. That's what you find as people get more and more comfortable. They start thinking a little bit more about where they place their prefabs rather than, oh no, I'm going to get a house, I better make a house. I'll just make it here, right next to where my worker is. So it sort of walls off with the ore, but you know, you might want to use bits of this carbon. These look like the nice points, the wall. See a lot from Malgus placing light walls. in between his prefab shelters. The light walls are very strong. Do a good job, very cheap. I think they would definitely be a good shout on flats, just wall between the cliffs with the light walls. Get some prefabs here and there, buy yourself some time. I think if both players did it quite a bit and nobody's opened really like mounted trooper, it's kind of, it would just be a given that people would just T3, I think. Malgus does look like he's planning a sort of T3, so he's going for some medium wall here. He's got a gate, he's put his war centre as part of the wall. I worry about this point. Is that definitely walled? Got troop centre down for Troblau, but no power core. He is on Nova. He's now going war centre, so it just seems like he's unsure what he wants to do. He hasn't really scouted his opponent too much, other than earlier. He found where his location was, but he hasn't like gone in here and seen that he's got war centre, he's got spaceport. So it just seems like he's just building the troop centre out of habit to not die. I mean, a lot of these people probably haven't played one another or seen each other play before as well, so they don't know what kind of things that they like to do, if they have any sort of strats that they favour, so there could be an element to that, to just having a troop centre, just in case you got mounted or something, since there's some nerfs on the map. Now this carbon, as you can see, is looking very compact now, because done the same thing with his troop centre as we've done with these prefab shelters, and there's very limited space for the workers to distribute themselves to get onto the carbon. And probably going to need to make a new carbon processor somewhere, really. Ideally want about 6 or 7 max really at the carbon. You know, when you can like afford to have additional ones. Because even when they can all get to a tree, they still bump into one. You see how they keep stuttering and stuff? Hesitating, slowly adds up. Got a bit of scout harass here from Malgus. Getting that worker a little bit low. Harass in the Nova. So Troblai's on his way. Malgus is quite ahead though. He's away to hit T3 just a second. Getting elevation tracking, but doesn't have any buildings now, so. Surprised he's bothering to get tracking right now because he doesn't really need it for anything. He has no mech factory. The only thing that benefits from it is his command center's range. He's going for an airbase here. So I think it may have been better to just stockpile that food for making workers or making fighters here. Maybe getting some of the economic upgrades. He's getting this enhanced carbon, which is a great one. Definitely one you want to prioritise when you hit T3. And the one before it when you hit T2. And more of the scout harassing, but he's using the scout to just sort of see ahead where his fighter is going to go. But not quite paid attention to the anti-air troopers that have skulked out the troop centre there. So the troop centre are working wonders for Troblau in this instance, where he's a little bit behind. Just allowed him to get that anti-air out when he needed it. And now he is going to be building a turret, and what the turret can do is free up this area so these troopers can go somewhere else. We can kill off this fighter that's harassing them. But it's a bit of light harass here from Malgus. He could have maybe done double airbase if he wanted to be super aggressive. So we'd like to see him maybe throw down a command center here behind this. Because he's forced a turret out of his opponent. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Troblau to just get a command center. Have to get 2 rather. He does have 100 left. He's not made any air bases or mech factories. But he is, in essence, he's forced that building, right? He's keeping his opponent in his base, making him make some defensive units, some anti-air troopers, etc. But not really seeing... Oh, there we go. Second CC going down. We'll see if Malgus... What's he actually been doing with his money? Because we know he got the carbon. He's got irrigation, he's got stimulant. Stimulant's probably not worth it with 2 nerfs in the nursery, to be honest. He's upgraded his Nova as well. So those Nova workers right now, they're the ones building the command center. They're not really getting any benefit of that right now. And still keeping up this harassment. And Tro doesn't feel comfortable enough to get that second CC yet. He's actually getting Mech Factory and a second turret. So he's really being toyed with here by Malgus, and Malgus forcing a lot of defensive structures, a lot of reaction out of Troblau. And what we can do is just have a little look. He's even in the workers. He's very ahead in the carbon, so in general very ahead in resources overall. And does have that second command center started now, so should be pulling away into the lead. Tro can afford that CC, but hasn't got one placed yet. He's actually getting some strike mechs to try and send them across, but it looks like a complete wall here for Malgus. So the strike mechs are not really going to be able to do anything unless there's a spot they can sit behind some trees and reach some of the workers. But Malgus' economy is looking pretty good. 3 CCs, and he's got so much carbon, and all he really needs to do with that carbon is just pull off a lot of these workers. Like, he doesn't want all this on ore, really. He just needs to get farms down. Lots and lots of farms. Start getting that food total crawling up to that 1,000 you'll need for T4. And to power up all 3 of these command centers. And he's still managing to harass here with these fighters. Tro has a great defense. And I don't think Malgus should really put too much effort into that, too much micro. He's just kind of doing a little bit of scouting, keeping an eye on his opponent. He must see that he's only on 1 command center, he's on 3, and they can both see the scores, right, if they've got that enabled. So you could really deduce there that, wow, I am quite ahead here. I should just keep making workers and then maybe go into T4 air or something like that. Have a sort of plan there. See some of those farms getting thrown down now. I'm gonna Padawan come out. It looks like there was a gap. Maybe it was up here. Let's get in with the 2 strike mechs. That'll be annoying because we don't have a mech factory. It does have this Padawan you can maybe chase them with. But they should be able to kill the Padawan if they do actually split away from one another. So it's going to die quite quickly. There's a few good upgrades too. I personally think Troblau should be sending a lot more. He's actually sent a trooper recruit over here. This is quite annoying for Malgus to deal with, having the mech factory. He does make a fortress though, a very sort of panic fortress really. Throwing his workers into it, he's hit the bell and everything over 2 strike mechs. I honestly think it'd be better to just leave all of his workers working, because it's just not that huge of a DPS threat. You might want to clog up the hole that he had here in his wall. But looks like he's going to transition into some sort of mech play here. Got 2 mech factories just made up on top of this hill. An advanced generator for them at the moment. We see Tro finally got a second CC down. A 3rd one up here. That's quite a forward one there, grabbing up a lot of land for him. Just going to make a turret for it as well. Do a little bit of walling to the side. And most importantly, it's going to secure this Nova here. This Nova that maybe would have been a bit more neutral. There's interesting spawns of the hollows over here. They're just sort of in a big square. Very favoured though for Malgus to pick up. The other one just being up here near Tro. And Malgus did make a Padawan, but it did die. And he's not made a second one since, so those hollows are very much up for grabs for either player. And again, these little air raids, just keeping an eye on things, scouting for Malgus. He's still continuing to throw down all those farms, get his economy going. And you can see his food totals really starting to climb. He's doing a pretty good job keeping all his command centers saturated with workers queued up. Doing pretty good. Research center coming down. Seems like he's got the basics down very well. He's got a plan here. Don't think he needs a research center since he built that fortress though. Unless gonna get maybe tracking or something. Should be able to just go up to T4. You can use the spaceport too, just sell some food. Which he's done. You can see that happening right there at that moment. And off he goes to T4. I think if we take a look, he's going to be really ahead in terms of the workers. 16 workers. I'm actually impressed that Troubler has managed to catch up a little bit there. He did seem to go a very long time without the second command center. I suppose he maybe killed some workers. But just to once again check, it's maybe going to tell a story really in the food and the carbon. It's almost 2,000 food that he's got in the lead, and food's very relevant right now. 1,000 Nova 2, so almost twice the cost of T4 ahead in terms of the eco there. And that's going to be a very big pivotal thing here in a New Republic v New Republic matchup. A lot of their big strengths is kind of getting to T4 quickly and just getting the units out there, so be it the Air or the Jedi Masters. Because that's what we do find when we look at the you know, attackers are favoured there, they're firing faster. Temple technologies cost less Nova. And then just having, you know, shielded air. And the thing that they really don't have going for them is they just don't have efficient manufacturing. But you do have those faster attacking attackers, which is pretty good. It's a good unit. Even if you do have to pay the full price. See Holocron getting picked up here by Malgus. Just needs to remember he's done it and bring it home. And what's Troubler actually up to? Got some A-mobiles. He's gone really overboard with the anti-air, I'm going to be honest. This doesn't look like a kick base. We've got 4 turrets covering this area, and then we've got another one up here, and then we've got anti-air mobiles. I feel like with New Republic, you'd just be much better off just playing with your own air there, just to cover and keep your ore. Your ore's precious. Much rather that in fortresses, shield generators, etc. And Malgus is really starting to put on the pressure here. He's on the way to T4. Looks like Tro is maybe on the way now. Malgus is T4. Tro's on the way. What is Malgus actually up to? Is he going for now? He's getting fast fighter there. He hasn't got too many, but he's picking up all these hollows, right? Let's go up to 3. Maybe he should upgrade these guys to knights as well, since he gets it's cheaper and he's already got 3 of them. He can do some damage somewhere. Some artillery, some strike mechs, a couple of bombers, and I find Tro's often bundling all his units together in the one control group, which is not too great when you have mixed units like air and ground. And maybe when you've got slow units too, like artillery, because they all move at the speed of the slowest thing. And then your air can fly over things your other units can't. It's all very confusing. As you can see there, it's extreme fluffy rabbit tactics.
Yes, Commander.
The grenade troopers. Not really the best troopers to have, to be honest. They get like cheaper troopers, but they miss like some stuff, right? What is it they miss? It's stim packs, right? Yeah, they don't have the health. They would have been better before stim packs was added, but meh. It's just kind of like cheapo troopers, right? Do get your range and everything. At least not as bad as resistance. Do get your power pack, but I think the grenades are the good part. The good part of New Republic. Get them cheaper. Oh no, I think they're best in terms of ground with like mech and maybe some artillery. And then just bring in those grenade troopers when you're facing the other mech. Then you can use your really strong Jedi to support the army. I think any player playing New Republic should absolutely be using Masters. You can just get there so quick, so cheap. Get concentration, get a couple out and use them to convert things like cannons at range. It's such a strong mechanic. See Troblau here coming out to fight, but it's not a very strong or balanced army. And the air, to be honest, could actually just kill this itself, I think. Bombers aren't really doing anything. And Tro just seems indecisive about his unit composition and what he wants to do here. Whereas Malgus is kind of just making some of the good value units here, so Mech Destroyer, Fighter, very strong. Both do really well, scale really well, great upgrades for both, so... Can't get heavy mech, but you can get these up to 250, right? 250 HP. I'm just missing quite a few War Center ones, but he's going to come in here, hit the workers. There's so many turrets, but actually... It's tracking computers he's getting right now. He doesn't actually have advanced, he starts it now, but it's such a long research to get. See, I've got this at 1.5 speed, and that's the speed it's moving. It's not very good. And Troblau going to resign there, and Malga's going to take game 1. So go into the second one here. We are here on Precipice. Galactic Empire this time. One crossing as per usual. Kind of vanilla flavouring of the map. 2 flumps. 4 bantha. 3 flump. So 6 banthas. Must be 8 somewhere. There's one over there. Holocron's looking a lot better than they have in some of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. Is that just a Ronto? Just a rare Ronto spawns. The llama of the Star Wars. He doesn't have any Ronto spawns. It's unethical. I've never actually seen anyone take the extra hunt on Precipice yet. Could probably just grab it with your scout. Early food processor here. Don't think it's really needed with all the hunt. You see 2 flumps, 3 flumps, it's 900 food. Could be on those for a while. Got lost in my own thoughts there. I'm just thinking Minox feel awful at the moment in expanding fronts. Only 100 food now. Quite a few maps where Minox are. You kind of depend on them at the start. All those space themed ones. 100 food is just like, you look away and it's gone. I was thinking that these had more than 300 food. Are they like 340 or something? Am I cooked? All the animals that get changed in the recent patch. Minox is just not one I'm enjoying. It used to be 140 and now they're 100. Just doesn't feel good. What Banthas? Get up to 7 there. Worker's got a cross for that carbon. Tro's already got his started. I keep seeing people wall at this. It's like, do they not know they can build on this shallows? Because it is much stronger to just wall this with prefabs, right? Just like HP wise, HP per block. Over a shipyard. Interesting. Farms down here. So shipyard versus farms. See how that turns out. Well, he's getting a trawler queued up instantly. But he's on his way to T2. It just seems really ahead in his T1 here than Troblau. Workers are pretty much comparable. Just collected a bit more food, a bit quicker. And troop center down again for Trove, but he's been walled out. The shipyard's down. And maybe that carbon, honestly, is just better going into some farms. Can I skip his berry? He's only got one worker on the berry. A lot on carbon. Nothing really on Nova yet. So I feel like Malga's maybe gonna get away with fishing here. Got his power core very close to the water. Go for an LT frigate. I think he really needs that right now. Maybe just gonna do some exploring with it. Be much better for him to just build up those trawlers and get himself to T3. That's a very healthy carbon. As would this one be. And the Rontos continue to exist unbothered, untouched. And Malga is reinforcing his wall here as well, getting some more medium wall. Probably a lot more of these frigates. I've seen this in a couple of the games where people are just making boats when there's nothing to kill in the water. I don't think he really needs them when he's got this strong of a wall. You don't need to protect the wall, really. War Center going down. Second building, Spaceport. It just seems crazy to me is watching Galactic Empire not build a mech factory. Got Spaceport, War Center again, so it's a little bit more understandable when you got Shipyard, since you can get your range upgrades for your boats. Well, I don't know where we're really going from here. It's a very passive game for both, but it's just kind of a shame that Troblau is making these troop centers when he doesn't need them. Maybe he's been making it just so he didn't die to air in T3 if his opponent was T3ing before him. Which you can kind of get, but I don't know, I feel like you could nail a fairly fast T3. Your opponents still have to make the air bases and then fly all the way over as well. It's not really atrocious if they get there. And you know, they're hitting your workers a little bit while you're building a turret. Because this does at the same time slow you down. He's got a bad habit making these houses that mess up his carbon. Oof, the nose farms. So Malgus has got his eco very spread out. He'd be very vulnerable if he got harassment here. Because we've got this position, and then over here, and then the boats up here. That kind of here. It's like 4 points, you know. You could really exploit it with a mobile unit. Because it'd be extremely expensive for you to get like 3 turrets and then some anti-air boats, you know? Like right at the start of T3. Malgus should start to accumulate quite a big lead because he's got all these extra workers in the river here. Just bringing him home food. Oh, they're definitely quicker, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Don't know if that was the case or not. Sometimes I forget these things. I know it's the case in Age of Empires. So to check. So I hear Holocron being picked up. Popped into the Sith Temple. Even picking the ones up on his opponent's side with a transport ship. Oh, crafty. It's going to give him a huge element as this goes into a later game, just having that Nova income. Because we will run out of Nova. You can see there's only really 2 piles on this side. There's 3, but they don't seem as... in fact, there's 4. Malgus, man. That must be way more, right? 2400... 56. 112. Yeah, it's like 2,000 more Nova. Maybe a little bit more. Dodgy spawning. And he's going to get all the hollows too, so he's going to be really ahead when it comes to Nova. But GE versus GE, it's quite impactful, I would say. Your big Nova units, your assault mechs, and on this map, ACs are super useful too with just one crossing. And then you've got access to good Sith Masters, which counter very well. This looks like a little bit of a situation for Malgas here. Trouble's showing up with a bomber and a couple of fighters, and he gets the power core here before any anti-air boats could pop out. I imagine they were queued up. He wasn't even looking, was he? Because he never put his holocron in the temple yet. Oh, when he went back into the transport and it died, so the apprentice is gone now too. What's Tro gonna do? He's not actually like rally. He should really rally more bombers, man. He's gonna try and get the anti-air destroyers. Like, they're gonna be kind of slow, no power core. I'd really like to see Troubleau just rally more bombers, because he could kill the shipyards, take away this element of income, and then kill the temple. And then there's no apprentice to go and ferry them to another one. So that would be, you'd have to make a new temple. You'd have to make a new apprentice. Maybe during that craziness, Tro could have stolen the holocrons back. But we can see Malgus is thrown down. All those turrets we talked about, and then some. Very turtleish here. But until he gets those anti-air boats out, he doesn't have much in the river to help. Everything's just a sitting duck here at the moment. And out they pop now. And 2 of them should be enough to clean these up. Yeah, these fighters shouldn't have the DPS to really deal with these, you can see. Don't do too much to them there. Malgus is a little bit shell-shocked by that. It's cost him a lot of ore. Oof, he's went over, but his base looking like Tro's from last game. What are these double turrets about? That's too much. Where would I put turrets? Probably put just one here or something. I would have had one here. Yeah, I'd probably put one there. I think at this point though you can get like a heavy weapons factory. And just make an anti-air mobile or 2 if you really need it. Be better though, with Empire you get cheap air, so be better to make your own air. Like Tro's doing there. Because it's what? Air units cost 5% less than T3, 50% less than T4. So you do get some value out of them. And pretty much a given on this map too, since it's always walled. A new power core coming down here, but was taking the lead in workers, but that holocron Nova, you can see it's already up to 1200. Maybe put that into context, that's like maybe over 10% of the Nova that Tro can actually get just from these Nova panels. So it's quite a lot. We do have this is a way to get Nova though, the altered bargains, remove the trading fee and sell food and carbon. You know, it does cost you. You know, first come, first serve, crash the market. Get that bank of Nova. So it would be a good way to deal with the holocron. The holocron player's not really going to be doing that unless they're doing it in as a strategic way to starve your opponent. Which I can see being viable. You played like a very turtle, economic heavy kind of game. Tons of military infrastructure getting thrown down here. I wonder if Tro's going to go for his patented mass heavy mountie again. A lot of mech destroyers queued up here. I almost think he might have been better to just sneak a forward across. Because Malgus is just very fixated on the crossing here with his boats and everything. But he doesn't necessarily have vision everywhere. He is starting to build it up though, so it must be at the back of his mind. There's a little bit overboard there by Sentry Post. But he must be thinking about it now that he doesn't want to let him get across, so he's having the same thought. So maybe it wouldn't be too good of an idea for Tro if he's going to get caught. But anyway, if he did get caught, what does he actually have? He's mostly just boats. Doesn't even have an apprentice anymore. He has like no land units and no mech factory, so I don't think he'd really be able to contest anything. But for now, Tro is just stuck on his side of the map. He's going to get through a medium wall. And Malgus, on his way to T4, he's got so much resources backed up, you know, he's not really decided what he's going to do with them. These mech destroyers though can. It's quite a shallow river, so... or not a wide river really. A narrow river, that's probably the best term. Which means you can sit here at the edge with these high range mech destroyers and hit a lot of the units. And they've only got one range upgrade, they can get a further two, so I think they can definitely hit pretty much everything in the river if they want to. The Tuscat, nature's risen against you. Malgus, it's over. Always so weak, I think Tuscats need a buff, man. Send me hate in the comments if you disagree. Don't buff the animals. I think Tuscats are kind of weak though. Like, poor Tuscats, man. 40 HP. Do like no damage. It's like, you don't look at them and think, why are you here? You could have been a Rancor, but no. I'm glad you're not a Rancor, but you could have been a Rancor. Or a Crate Dragon. Crate Dragons are a lot more annoying. God, when was the last time I got attacked by a Crate Dragon? Control is about to hit T4. He's come up here, but it looks like Malgus is Malgus just gonna make like assault mechs or something? Like he genuinely could. Fortress gonna get snuck up here. Right on the coastline. And Tro, he needs a way to get across. Because I think he's at a real risk of just getting kept on his side of the river. And again, 4 holocrons, man. Like, let's do a holo check. 3k Nova now. That's about a third of the Nova he can mine. That Malgus has just generated out of thin air for free. Like, it's crazy. I don't know why I didn't multiply the Nova piles when I was counting them earlier. I just did that now and it's like 4 times as fast in my brain. Instead I was counting them at 800 chunks. I did wake up recently. I'm talking into the Boomer Monster Ultra. I don't know if anyone's seen those memes, but they amuse me greatly. So, assault mechs, yeah. Tro needs the tech switch, man. He's There's fighters going around here. I thought he managed to land some mounties or something. I want to see Troll get some masters out or something. He needs some value. He needs something going for him here in this matchup. Last time I watched him play on this, he had the hollows, so you know, he could just throw heavy mounties at his opponent, but there's no way you can do that here with the limited Nova he's got.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
Is that Malgus going for the last one, man? He's Thanos, man. He's about to complete his gauntlet.
Ready for attack orders. Armored transport.
Yeah, he's just chilling here with like his almost fully upgraded mechs. Just missing a bit of range and damage. Malgus, man. Lord Malgus. 5 Holocron Enjoyer.
Give me a task.
Your task is bring the hollow home. Oh, he's deleted the wall. He's going for it. He's had enough. Tro doesn't look like he's really got much for this. God, we're getting some repeaters on the go, man. This is some roleplay gaming. He's invading Hoth right now. Some artillery, some fast fighters. He's got his mechs out with good upgrades, but he needs a lot more mechs. Oh, he's gonna land. He's built some transports and everything, but this is so strong. The assault mechs are like super insulated as well behind the mech destroyers. They've even got the anti-air upgrade. Killing off the I don't think I've ever really watched them kill a mirror transport before. Maybe in a city build or something. 20 years ago. It's a rare sight though. We'll start one off your bucket list. Yeah, we got the cool repair troopers. Can't get stim packs for them though. As crazy as that is. Empire strong. Could be better with strike mechs probably. And that's just so many assault mechs here. And Malgus has still got, you know, more Nova than his opponent. Fast fighters gonna need to assault mech. And they're just gonna make short work of everything. And the only thing Tro really could have done was switch out to masters and convert these. And I think that would have caught his opponent off guard a bit and bought him a lot of time. Tank Destroyer is just really hard to rely on here in Precipice with so little space. You need to have a lot of them out for this many. It's definitely a master job. It's looking like Malgus is gonna take it here. I mean, most of the resistance he's facing is just, you know, unshielded air. More transports and stuff, more bombers. They just can't do anything against this. You know, Tro's maybe forgetting about the anti-air attack that he's actually have. Maybe it's bamboozling him right now and he's wondering where his bombers are going because he didn't see any anti-air. He does keep making them, but they're not viable here. So look at them, they're getting like one shot. More, lots of cannons, and Malgus looking really strong. Here come those patented heavy mounties, which, you know, they can only cause some like friendly fire damage and stuff, but they call their repeaters. 6+4 damage, they're just going to slaughter those. I don't even know if he actually lost an assault mech now. We need masters, MDs, and grenade troopers. We want to take these down. And more transport ships, I don't know. He was maybe going to try and distract them with them and go for the bombers, but the bombers are not even upgraded. They're just T3 bombers. I mean, they could be advanced bombers, but they get them cheaper and stuff. Troll's just kind of really throwing T3 units in T4 at the pinnacle of T4 units, and it shows. unfortunately. I think he's going to run out of steam here. And Lord of the Malgus is going to take it. And GG called there. Malga's going to take that 2-0. And I suppose we can unravel what our bonus game is. A 2v2 with Granuli or Fluffy Rabbit versus Soup and Este at 25 minutes? Absolutely not. You can keep that to yourselves. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, goodbye. If you enjoy the content, I need to remember what I'm saying. Please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved in these types of games, you can find our GBG Discord server, invite down below in the description field. You'll find one for the Expanding Friends mod, which is the mod that we're playing here. And if you want to support the channel another way, maybe buy me a coffee, find the PayPal link in the description field. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.